Hello children, this is the fourth chapter in your movement book in the kingdom of fools. Children, I have leave chapter 3, that is Iswaran the storyteller. This chapter is not in your course, so leave that chapter and come to the next chapter, that is in the kingdom of fools. Children, this chapter is about fools. And Kannada is a regional language mainly spoken in the state of Karnataka, as you know. And this story is a Kannada folk tale. Do you know the meaning of folk tale? Okay. Folk tale is a story which is passed on from one generation to another. That is called folk tale. Folk tale. And it is taken from your book, from the book Folk Tales from India, and this book is written by A.K. Ramanujam. First of all, let us discuss the title of the story, In the Kingdom of Fools. It means that the state where people are not so wise, they are not intelligent. In this story, the king, his ministers and his advisors are fools. That means they are not wise and intelligent. When this kind of people rule the kingdom, then what all happens has been told in this story. Let's start the story. In the kingdom of fools, both the king and the minister were idiots. Children, idiots means the people who are not intelligent. So, in the kingdom of fools, the king and his minister both were unintelligent or idiots. They didn't want to run things like other kings, so they decided to change night into day and day into night. So, as they all are fool, the king and his minister do not want to run their kingdom like other kings did. So, they decided to do something different, and they started treating night as day and day as night. So they ordered that the work which was done at night would be done during the daytime, and the work which was done during the daytime will be done during the night time. So they ordered that everyone should be awake at night till their fields and run their business only after dark, and go to bed as soon as the sun came up. Anyone who disobeyed this be punished with death. Now, they passed an order that everyone in the kingdom would work at night. Nobody would sleep at night. The farmers would do farming at night, and the ones who ran business would be business at night. As soon as the sun rose, everyone would go to sleep. If someone would disobey the order, he would be punished with death. The people did as they were told for fear of death. The king and the ministers were delighted at the success of their project. So children, the people were scared that if they do not obey the king's order, they would be sentenced with death penalty. So they obeyed the order, although it was very strange. So the king and his ministers, both the fools, were very happy that all the people in the kingdom were following their order. One day, a guru and his disciple arrived in the city. It was a beautiful city. It was broad daylight, but there was no one about. Everyone was asleep, but a mouse staring. Even the cattle had been taught to sleep by day. Now, one day what happened? One day a saint arrived in the kingdom of fools along with one of his disciples, and he saw that it was a beautiful city and it was a sunny day, but could not find anyone around. They were surprised. Everyone was asleep, and the writer said that not a mouse was stirring. Stirring means moving around. They could not find a single mouse moving around, which means that it was so quiet as everyone. Even the tiniest creatures, the mice, were asleep. The people had taught their cattle to sleep during daytime. So everyone, human as well as animals were sleeping. The two strangers were amazed by what they saw around them and wandered around town till evening, when suddenly the whole town woke up and went about its nightly business. Now what happened then? These two strangers, it means the Guru and his disciple to the kingdom of fools, were not aware that this kind of order had been passed in the city. So they were surprised to see that everyone was sleeping during daytime. They kept on wandering around in the whole city as soon as it was night, as everyone wake up and started doing their work. Businessmen were doing business and farmers were doing farming. The two men were hungry now that the shops were open. They went to buy some groceries. To their astonishment, they found that everything cost the same, a single dudu. Whether they bought a measure of rice or a bunch of bananas, it cost a dudu. A dudu means the money in Kannada language. Now the Guru and his disciple were very hungry. When the shops opened at night, they went to buy groceries, and they were surprised to see that whatever they bought from the shop costed one dudu. The things, they were very cheap out there. Whether you buy a big bunch of bananas or you buy a big bag of rice, it costed only same. Everything was at a same price in the kingdom of fools. The Guru and his disciple were delighted. They had never heard of anything like this. They could buy all the food they wanted for a rupee. The Guru and his disciple were very happy because the food in this kingdom was very cheap and they could buy a lot of food just for a rupee. When they had cooked and eaten, the Guru realized that this was a kingdom of fools and it wouldn't be a good idea for them to stay here. So, when the Guru and his disciple cooked and ate their food, the Guru realized that the kingdom was a kingdom of fools and decided not to stay there any longer because it was unsafe for them. This is no place for us. Let's go, he said to his disciple. The wise Guru told his disciple that this place was not right for them and asked him to leave at once. But the disciple didn't want to leave the place. Everything was cheap here. All he wanted was good, cheap food. So the disciple was a foodie. So he loved to eat, and that is why he did not want to leave this place because the food was very cheap there. The Guru said, "They all are fools. This won't last very long and you can't tell what they will do to next." So the Guru tried to make his disciple understand and told him that everyone out there was a fool and was very dangerous also. The kingdom would not last for a long time and they could harm them too. But the disciple wouldn't listen to the Guru's wisdom. He wanted to stay. This disciple, actually children, this disciple is not for far-sighted like his Guru and could not understand what his Guru was trying to say. So he wanted to live there only and enjoy to cheap food. So the Guru finally gave up and said, "Do not do what you want. I am going," and left. So the Guru finally left alone, leaving the disciple behind. The disciple stayed ate his fill every day, bananas and ghee and rice and wheat, and grew fat like a street side scared bull. So what happened? The disciple stayed back in the kingdom of the fools. Every day he ate a lot of food, due to which he became fat. One bright day, a thief broke into a rich merchant's house. He had made a hole in the wall and sneaked in. And as he was carrying out his loot, the wall of the old house collapsed on his head and killed him on the spot. So what happened one day? A thief entered a merchant's house and he made a hole in the wall to grain excess. When he was about to move out of the house after looting all the things, the wall broke and fell down on his head and he died there alone. Who died alone? The thief. His brother ran to the king and complained, "Your Highness, when my brother was pursuing his ancient trade, a wall fell on him and killed him. This merchant is to blame. He should have built a good strong wall. You must punish the wrongdoer and compensate the family for this injustice." Now, this is the kingdom of fools. So, the thief's younger brother went to the king and complained that his brother was following his ancient trade. It means, although the ancient trade was robbing and is a crime. And while he was working, the wall fell on his head and he was died. The thief's brother was taking advantage of the king's foolishness and he said that the merchant whose wall was fallen down on his brothers was the culprit and he should have made a strong wall. He requested the king to punish the merchant and get compensation for his family. The king said, "Justice will be done. Don't worry." And at once summoned the owner of the house. Now what happened? The king was so foolish that he did not consider the fact that the dead man was committing theft at the time of his death. He only thought that the man died because the wall fell on him and the owner of the house whose wall fell on him had to be punished. So he called the merchant. When the merchant arrived, the king questioned him, "What's your name?" "Such and such, your highness." Where you at home when the died man burgled your house?" "Yes, my lord. He broke in and the wall was weak. It fell on him." The accused pleads guilty. "Your wall killed this man's brother. You have murdered a man. We have to punish you." So children, what happened? As soon as the merchant appeared, the king asked his name. And then the king asked him whether he was at home when the dead man, the thief, was burglaring his house. Now the merchant replied that he was at home only. The thief made a hole on the wall and entered his house, and when he was entering to go out, the wall fell down on him because it was weak. Then the king told the merchant that he was guilty. He did wrong. Due to his weak wall, the thief died and now he would be punished. So